Hey you guys. Am I back? Oh my god. Okay, so I'm back again and I just realized I think I have like 4 videos. I'm gonna have to clean that up. But okay, I'm back! Yay! Okay, here's a sip. Cheers, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so I've made the bitrate down to 2000. Thank you so much, Dana. Hopefully that helps, because this time the internet was okay. Okay, so, yeah, so I think, Philip had the question about GitHub, and thank you so much, you guys, for answering. It is already up, and then I think there was another question somewhere here. But hopefully you guys heard my whole spiel about data cleaning. But in general, I just do node packages, and then that's just because I work in JavaScript all day long, and I don't have to do context switching when I do node packages. But I know, like, Please Be My Friend said, like, R is great, and then, like, yeah, so R is really great for that too. Ooh, thank you, Michiam, for following. Okay, all right, let's do this, because I think this is, to me, it's going to be the really fun part where I use actual data. Okay, so, oh, and Villain of the Moon, thank you so much for following. Okay, fingers crossed, you guys, that, like, we'll be able to do this, and we'll be able to, like, have something on the screen. Okay. So, did it go down again? Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, I'll look into it for next week. I don't know. Maybe it means that next week I need to, like, sit over there right on top of the router. I don't know. We'll see. But this time, I guess maybe it means that I need to, like, decrease the bitrate even more. I don't know. But I'm gonna do this. Okay, laggy, but the audio is fine. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get something on the screen. Okay, import. So, what I wanted to mention earlier is that for React, I like using Create React app for all of my, like, build process, because, like, that whole thing with, like, Grunt and Webpack and all of that, like, there's a lot there, and I don't know, it's really intimidating. So Create React app just kind of, like, abstracts all of that away from me, and, like, it does the hot reloading. And then so one of the things is I don't know, I think maybe this is ES6, I'm not quite sure, but at least when I started using Create React app, it turns out I can import data like this. So I can do import, and then I'm going to call it expenses from my data. So, because I say my expenses here, data. Actually, now I think about it, I might not be able to do that as, I might not be able to import CSV. Now that I think about it, it has to be .json. So let me just do it the old-fashioned way for now. And I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to just use c3.csv. Actually, I think it's worth the trouble. So I'm going to, sometimes I just do this. Tell me if I'm, like, making, like, basic web dev mistakes, but sometimes I just do, like, CSV to JSON converters if the file isn't that big. If the file is really big, then I usually just leave it as a CSV, and I load it in on like browser, like on web page load. But if I can get away with it, I like putting my data into my whole bundle, my build bundle. So convert it into, and there might even be a way, there probably is a way to import CSV too. I just haven't looked into it. So let me just do this. Source data expenses .json, save. Try wired connection for next week. Yeah, I'll look into that. Thank you. React versus Angular versus Vue. So can't quite answer that because I never use Angular or Vue. I've used only Backbone before, but I quite like React for the way that it kind of like enforces me to like componentize, and yeah, so I just kind of like the way the thinking behind it, and I feel like it teaches me best practices. Having said that, I hear really great things from Vue, mostly from Sarah Drasner. There was like a really funny tweet on Valentine's Day that was like, I want to find a Valentine, something along the lines of like, I want to find a Valentine that looks at me like Sarah Drasner looks at Vue.js or something. So it might just be Sarah that makes me think that Vue is really great, but I keep telling myself that I should go check out Vue.js, but I don't know, like React works well for me, so that's why I haven't. But if you guys have opinions, let me know. Okay, so import expenses from, so, oh. Okay, from data expenses.json. You guys, now I'm so paranoid about the stream going down. Okay, so now, actually I don't even have to do it here. I'm going to console log my expenses. Oh my god, you guys, look at that! There's all my expenses. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna make these smaller. I'm gonna stop this console log on each tick because that tends to take up a lot of, yay! 52 expenses. Ooh, this is fun. Okay. So sometimes, like if you guys notice, like these dates are in strings. So let me actually really quickly put them into dates. Yes. Ooh, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna color the dots, the circles. Let's see. So I like doing this on, so I feel like there isn't like a strict rule for where you should process your data, like, but I like doing it in component will mount. So process data. Okay. So what I want to do is first, so here's my degree functions, and var, I'm going to make a color scale. So, let's see. And I love using Chroma.js. So I think sometimes, like, I think I've gotten a few questions about my color scheme. And then I think RJ once said something about me being really good with gradients. So I'm like really shitty with color, and the only reason why nowadays, like just look at this. Like this looks really horrendous in terms of color scheme. And the only reason why my colors are decent these days is because I found this magical library called Chroma.js. So let me go and npm install that. It should just be npm install Chroma-js. Let's see. npm install save Chroma.js. And then what I like to do is I really like using Chroma.js's scale function. So I need to import that in. Import Chroma from Chroma.js. Did it finish importing? Yes. Okay. So Chroma, it should be .scale. .scale. And then I pass it, so yes, it's a very pretty library, super useful for doing color, anything with color. And so I will show you guys a secret, not really a secret, but this is how I get consistent coloring in all of my projects for the past year. So I actually made this block for myself. This one for myself like last year or something, and just like a rainbow of colors, and I do it and now like every project I have, I just come here and I choose like some colors, and then I use like Chroma to like get a scale. So like Chroma scale will do this, where like if I just pass in at least 2 colors, it will make this like gradient. And then if you notice, if you guys can see, like the yellow is a value 0 and the blue is a value 1. And then, yeah, so then I can use that with Chroma RGB mechanical keyboards. Ooh, that sounds cool. So yeah, so then I pair this with like just a usual D3 linear scale or ordinal scale or any of that. And that's how I get my gradients. So it's nothing fancy, but yeah, so for this one, what I was thinking is, if you guys can notice, like I was thinking instead of sizing the expenses by how much the amount is, I wanted to color them. So I was thinking of coloring them, maybe like the smallest amounts are green and the most are red, I don't know. But let's just see how it looks. So I'm thinking I can probably go from, this is a really pretty color, so I usually just like just do this, and then I tend to, so and then here's maybe the red that I end up with, I don't know yet. But I tend to also put a yellow in the middle, because if I don't, then the gradient actually becomes more like green, like the gradient of like green to red becomes like brown in the middle, right? So it's like really ugly. So I tend to put at least like one of the yellows in there. So maybe this will be good. And then I feel like I should be like able to, so I can do a descale scale linear. Ooh, hi Juan Forward, thank you so much for following, and thank you so much for sticking around after all of those drops. Scale linear, and then I have this feeling that I should be able to use the colors as the like range input. Like I feel like I should be able to do this, but like it hasn't worked for me, and I haven't put in the time to like figure out how to like better like connect the chroma color scale with like the D3 scale. So anyways, so now let's calculate. So what I want to do, so what I said earlier is that I want to So there's negatives in here. Of course there are. So, fun. This is fun. Okay. Let's do this. I want to get the min and max of the amount, and the min will be my green and the max will be my red. And then, but before I do that, okay, but before I do that, let me do this, where I filter out any of the items that aren't deductions, so that's not an expense, and let me also turn them positive. So negative chain expenses data dot filter d dot amount is, so I only want the ones that are less than $0, and for those that are left, give me back object assign, so that so d, and then have the amount. Actually, if I'm going to do that, then I might just create as well, just create a whole new object altogether. Let's see, amount is negative d dot amount, so that I get them into a positive number, and then let's get me a description. So actually, let's call the description the name, because that's where I spent money. And then let's just use date as what they think my transaction date is. So and date dot value to get the expenses back. Expenses is not defined. Oh yeah, wait. Where else do I use expenses? Line 30? Yeah, isn't that fine? Oh, Lodash is not defined. Okay. Import underscore from Lodash. So sometimes I get like a bit of some people are like, why do you use Lodash when you have D3? And I'm like, I don't know, like, it kind of is nice being able to just chain my like filter and maps, and like Lodash has things that are like, sometimes Lodash is like a little bit more work to do what D3 could do really easily, because like D3 is built for some of the like groupings and stuff that like I have to do pretty often to get like, say, nested data structures and stuff. But I kind of learned Lodash before, like that part of the D3 library that helps me like restructure my data. So that's why I use Lodash. And it's still telling me it's not defined. 51. Oh, okay. So let me actually just, let's see. Let me actually put my expenses as my state, because in the future I might want I do want user input and interaction to change, like edit my expenses or add or something. So then I want them as state that can be edited and changed. This dot state is equal to expenses is an array, and then let me set that this dot state, and so expenses And then here, I should be able to use this .state.expenses, and I should be able to use that, wait, hold on. Yes, I should be able to, by the time the life cycle gets to component amount, I should be able to use that, yeah. Let me also do the force menu body, so this is a bit more interesting. Ooh. Okay. I don't want the charge to be that much. Let me just do -10. Briso asked me, do I ever use cross filter? No, actually. So cross filter, you mean this one to do like linked visualizations. So I'm guessing this is what you mean. So I actually never use it. I always love it conceptually, but the biggest reason why I don't use it is because I'm not sure how much it's been maintained. Like I think this was created in 2011 or 2013 maybe, 2012 by Square, and then I think there's probably some amount of maintenance, but it's been pretty, yeah, like 6 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago. So I tend to try not to use, I try to not depend on too many libraries, and if I do, I try to depend on the ones that have a lot of support, and especially community support, so that way like you know, the support isn't easily dropped, because I'm really paranoid about that. So that's the biggest reason why I don't use cross filter, and the other reason is just because I feel like I can make those kinds of linked visualizations with React also. So that's the second reason. Okay. And then now I want to get my amount extent, so my min and max of the amount, and that I can use d3.extent, pass in expenses, and then use d3 or use d.amount, and then wow, really? I used a cent on something? Huh. I'll look into that later. And then so then I can set that into my color scale domain. What did I spend a cent on? And now I should be able to color these. So let's see. Fill d dot, so color scale d dot the amount. Yeah, color them. Nope. What did I do wrong? Oh, of course. Okay, so once I get the color scale, so the color scale takes my amount of 0.01 to 500 and converts them to 0 to 1. And now I need to pass that into my colors. That is horrible naming. Hold on. So let me call the chroma one color scale. And then let me call this one amount scale, because that's the domain. Color scale. Now it should work. Yeah. Yay! Okay. You know what? This is pretty boring. So there's that. I think this was my like Airbnb for a trip. So that's like bright red, and everything else is like green because. So let me actually use scale log so that the differences can be more like. So wait, no, scale log 0.01. Let me think about this. Scale log will not output 0. Oh, I'm bad at this. No, it just, the input should not be 0, right? Let's see. Put a debugger. The speed of feedback in web dev is amazing to me. Feedback. Let's see. Amount extent should still be the 0.01. Color scale. Dot. And so if I do 0.01, shouldn't that give me back 0? Oh, of course. My bad, you guys. Amount scale. I need to be putting this on amount scale. And then now that should work. So amount scale, even if it's scale log, it should work. So if I do 0.01, it's 0. And then if I do like 250, yeah, okay. So now it should be working the scale log. Yeah, I think that's why, so I started like, I took my first, okay, now the 0.01 really stands out. I'll tweak this later. So I actually started coding like, I think, I took my, first, I started coding 7 years ago or something, and then I got into web dev like 5 years ago, and that was just because, like, when I was taking my CS classes, like, we did things in Python, we did things in Java, and that was kind of really fun. Like, so there were, like, data structures classes and algorithms classes and AI classes, and that was, like, theoretically, conceptually really fun. But I took a web dev class for fun, I guess my junior year. And it was like one of those like student run. So at Berkeley, there's like student run classes. And so it was like one of those like once a week. Nuclear, thank you so much for following. And it was super fun to be able to like, just like code something. And then, well, I mean, back then I had to refresh myself, but then like refresh and then see the changes. And now I don't even have to refresh. Now it just hot reloads. Andrew! You're Andrew Weigel! Oh my god, hey. We did. Didn't we go to high school together too? Like, we went to Newberry Park together, right? Or am I thinking of someone else? I'm sorry. Hey! Thanks so much. Wow, it's been a while. I will catch you later. Yeah, let's see. Cool. No, I think I was the slacker in the group. I'm pretty sure I was. I can't remember what team project we did, but like, I actually did, business. I was a business major in college, and then, I really didn't like my business classes, so I started taking my CS classes, I started taking my CS classes in the end of my junior year and like my senior year. So then I took a lot of my like my CS, like I only got a minor, but like I took the requirements like my senior year, and then like I really overloaded myself because I was trying to graduate also. And then so like I'm pretty sure I was like in some classes I think I put in more effort than others, and I'm sorry if I slacked. But it was really overwhelming. I was taking like a bunch of CS classes and then like some business classes. And then my senior year, especially after I got my job offers, I completely, like, after I got my offers, I completely checked out. So I was definitely the slacker. So in Berkeley, the CS building is called Soda. And then it's like, I think it's a really beautiful building from like the 4th floor and up. I think there's like 7 total floors. And then, but the undergrads never got the pretty floors. Like we were on like, our classes were like in the 2nd and 3rd floor, I think. And then our computer labs were in the basement. Like literally like just did not see light of day. And I think there were so many nights where I think I would pull an almost all-nighter and I come out of the basement like to the sun coming up in the morning. Like it's pretty depressing down there, but also probably a good thing that I can't see it, like that the students couldn't see what's outside because it's just you and the computer and other people also suffering. And so at least you don't know how much time has passed, theoretically. But yeah, I think I was a year ahead. Okay, so let me do the stroke. And then I also want to fill opacity 0.25, let's say. And I tend to, oops, what did I just do? And I tend to like putting my, the attributes that don't change with my enter selection, and then only those that depend on data after my merge. And then let's see, let's also give it dot adder stroke with 3 maybe. Yay! Color. Yeah. Okay. So, man, this has been an eventful first stream for me. Okay, so commit expenses JSON, and then let's see, this one, let me just call it, oh, don't console, oh, I took out the console log. I need to put, okay. And then this one, I guess I use actual expenses data and color by expenses data. I just realized that I've committed my a month's worth of my expenses data out into the world, into public. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing in there. Okay. Whew. This has been almost an hour and 40 minutes to get to this point, and I am determined to at least get us to this point where we can get like just Monday through Sunday. I am determined to do that, and hopefully I'll do that in the next 20 minutes because I was hoping to keep the streams about 2 hours long. Sleepy Fanny says people are going to judge me for my boba comp. That's okay. I think that's okay because I actually even considered like getting boba to go and then and drinking it for I'm pretty like outspoken about how much boba I drink, and the I have 2 boba stores stickers on my laptop, so I'm not ashamed. But I also want to like finish it in the next 20 minutes because my boyfriend is out in the living room, and I don't want to like what's the word? Exile him for too long. Let's see. Okay. How do I do this? Let me. Okay. So I think what I should do is group these expenses by their weeks, and then let me give each of the days their own position and use D3 force to get each of the nodes to go towards their own dates positions, if that made sense. Let's do that. Okay, so to group these by, ooh, this is fun. Okay, dot group by, oh, thanks Philip for joining. Okay, bye-bye. Group by D, so I want to group, so D3 has one of my favorite things, I think it's one of my favorite modules is D3 time. Is it D3 time? Sorry. Yeah, it's called D3 time. And the thing that I love about it is if I define myself in interval, in this case, I want to use, where is it? Okay, so these are all the intervals, and I want to use d3.timeWeek. And then if I just say d3.timeWeek.floor, and then pass in my date, then D3 returns the week that it belongs to, defaulting to Sunday, that Sunday. So let's do that. Now let me just say var, actually, I think I should just be able to, yeah, d3.timeWeek dot, and I should be able to say floor, and let me not do render for now, because I'm now going to have a nested data structure, so that might not, that might be interesting. But let me not render them for now, and then d3.time.floor, and then pass in d.date. Oh, and then I need to be making these into a date object. And now, let's see what comes back. Oh, this is going to be inaccurate now. Okay. Let me also not start no simulation. So let me just concentrate on creating the data. Okay, I'll just ignore that for now. Oh, look at that! Okay. Ooh! Wow! What is this? June 4th. What was I doing June 4th? The week of June 4th. I bought 18 things. Huh. Okay. Now that I have each of my groups, you know what? I think what I should do is do that here, and then expenses, do the group by here, so that up here I can set my amount extent before my data gets grouped. Font map. So now this should be, my values are all of my expenses, and my key is the week, or that Sunday actually. Console.log expenses. I console log a lot. Actually, I don't need to console log for now. Let me bring the console log up here. And I think, okay, I know what the data structure I want it to look like. So I want my data to look something like this. Let's see. So an array of objects. The first level of objects are my weeks. And so this is where, actually this is where I should be using, you know what, this is where I should be using deep nest. Because what I'm trying to do is I want this to be weeks, and then like maybe my key is my date. So my key is like, okay, this is going to be key. I want it to be my date, or actually my week. And then I want an focus X. So this is where no. Let's see. No, I want my focus X and focus Y, which is the X and Y positions that I want my nose to go towards for each of the dates, and to be in the expenses themselves. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to do something weird. Because originally I was thinking of putting each of the weeks into their own group, but I think I'm going to group them so that I can calculate their X and Y positions, and then I think I'm going to flatten them to get one flat array back. So I'm only doing the grouping so that I can calculate X and Y positions. For that matter, does that mean, okay, let's just do it anyways. Let's see. Here's my, okay, so if I think of my weeks as, I'm just going to put them vertically. So I want to define my Y outside, and I want to define my X inside. Is that right? Okay. So, actually maybe I should be doing row and then column. And then let me go through each of my expenses. And give it a focus X, which should be, how much space do I want to give to the rows? And let me give them, okay, so focus X should be column. Yeah, okay. Oh, I need to go one level deeper. Wait, no, I should be grouping by the day. Yeah, actually, I should be grouping by the day. Hold on. This is not the right approach. So, actually, I should be creating an, I should be creating an X scale for Monday through Sunday. Yeah, what do you guys think? So if my goal is to, let's ignore the semicircle for now. Let me just say I want to put my expenses in a row for 1 week. Yeah. Yeah, I should be, okay, so I should create an X scale, but is that a time scale? Time scale, and it's definitely an ordinal scale. What do you guys think? ordinal scale, D3 time scale. Okay, scale time, but I think that's going to be continuous. I want an ordinal scale. Okay, so I think what I should do is create an ordinal scale, but only for days of the week. Quantized scale is map a continuous domain to a discrete range. Is that what I need? Quantized ordinal scale time. Oh, duh! I should just create scale time and then floor them into the day of the week. Radial scale? Is that a thing? No, that's okay, thank you. No, I don't think angular or radial scale is a thing. I'm gonna, so, let's see. I want to just figure out the day of the week and then map them to a, so I have something ordinal that I want to map towards something. So quantize is something, so they use discrete range rather than continuous range. The continuous input domain is divided. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Quantile? D3, does D3 time parse the day? Yeah, actually, so it does. It should parse, actually, it should parse my day of the week. Let's see. Time. Does it tell? Actually, I don't think I even need D3. I should just be able to do JavaScript date, and then that gets me, yeah. That should get me, returns the day of the week. You guys, that's what I needed. Thank you. So, okay, so var x scale is equal to d3 dot, so days of the get date gives me 0 is Sunday, and then goes all the way to 6 for Saturday, right? Wait, yeah, okay, 6 should be for Saturday. Yes, that makes sense. So it gives me that. So that's my input, and my output should be, ooh, okay, so I think I know. So I have a discrete domain and a continuous range. So the one that I want, because ordinal is discrete to discrete. Actually, scale band, the unit range. Yeah, actually, I think I want scale band. Okay, d3.scale band, because what scale band gives me is I set the range from 0 to 1, or like my width or something like that, and then that should be a discrete domain. We shall see. Okay. Scale.band.domain. I want it to be. I'm just gonna hard code it. Actually, I should just be able to do a range. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then dot range. Let me give myself paddings too, or margins. Our margin is equal to left 20, top 20, right 20, bottom 20. And this way, I could do. Range, and then so I want to start from margin dot left and then end at width minus margin dot right, and then here where I am calculating the focus X, it should be, I don't think I needed to group. Okay, fine. Focus X should be X scale, and then get the spends dot date dot get day. Is it get day? Yeah, get day. And then actually, let me just do row. Yeah, we can do that. Row. -1, and then for each week, let me just give it a row +1, which means that I need to sort this by I need to sort this, yes. Let me know if there's a much more efficient way to sort, because now Sunday is, we call this week, and that week is now a string, so then I need to pass it into, make it a date object, and I want to sort by that. Let me know if there's a more efficient way. And then, so now, because sort by gives me back values, I should only have expenses now, and focus Y should be row, we say give each row 50 pixels of clearance. Let's see what that looks like. June 18th, is that the latest one? Yeah, that is, I guess. That's the focus X and focus Y. Well, I hope that works. Oh, let me add in the top part margin. If I have more time to think about this, I might consider where to put my data like where I should be doing what calculation. Like, I feel like the margin top shouldn't be, this shouldn't be where I do that margin top calculation. Okay. Something rough. And then flatten all of that. Oh my god, you guys, I hope this works. Oh. Alright, so now that I have the focus X and focus Y, and I have it flattened back. Oh man, okay. So let me go and render circles again, and then this should look like exactly what it looked like before, because yes, so this is fine because I haven't hooked up this focus X and focus Y. Let's make it work. So now I want to tell the for simulation that for each of these nodes, I want you to go towards, and the focus X and focus Y, those like keys, I make them up. You can call it anything you want. Just don't call it X or Y because D3 uses the X attribute, D3 will set the X and Y into your object. So you don't want that to get conflicting. D3.force X and use D3 or use a focus X that's on my data, and then Y D3.force Y D.focus Y. I hope you work. Woohoo! Okay, not exactly what I was hoping for, but it's something. Let me give you let's see what's going on. Let me spread you guys apart a bit more. I just realized because I tell it to go to this center. Okay, so first of all, I think I'm like, do you guys, wait. No, I think this is right. Hold on. Let me spread them out further. Let me actually stop. Oh, look at that. Okay, let me stop the force menu body. Let me bring them back. 150 in between them. Okay, let me. Yay! Okay. Yeah, wow. I don't know if anybody else, I feel like probably, oh, thanks JTZ27 for, I'm like, oh, something happened. And I'm like, maybe everybody else is like, okay, so, oh, I'm so sad that I'm out of time because the next thing I wanted to do was like kind of put them into a semicircle. But yeah, so now you can kind of see like this is 1 week. So these are the Sundays, and this is 1 week. This should be like the most recent week out of that data set, and then back. So whatever this, you know what? Oh, I wish I had more time to like annotate these, but it's kind of fun because you can see like I spend, I guess, quite a bit on the weekends, but it seems like actually my biggest expenses, these red ones, are happening like during the week on a Monday and Tuesday, and I'm guessing like I think yay, ooh, Enox. Wait, I feel like I know that handle. But thank you so much, you guys. Yeah, that feeling when it works is really great. And Cytospace as an opinionated graphing tool. I found out about it last week. Cytospace. Open source. Whoa. Software platform. Cool. No, I haven't heard of this. I will check this out. Thank you. Is this like for bigger network, data sets? Because I see like there's edge bundling going on here, which must mean this is like pretty, like there must be a lot of links in between, a lot of relationships. Yeah, no, I haven't. Is this, I'm guessing it's Canvas underneath the hood or WebGL? Oh, this is for, oh, this one's biology. Oh, old man Stanley, thank you so much for following. Yeah, it says it's biology. That makes sense. Yeah, I will check it out. Thank you, enough stuff. yeah, there's quite a few like big network kind of visualization and people trying to solve that problem. But I guess, yeah, I guess, let me just, oh, so this, what I was trying to say was like, these must be like when I booked my Airbnbs for my travel, like on a Monday and Tuesday. But like in terms of frequency, I guess the weekend, so that's the Sunday and that's the Saturday. And then during the week, not as much. Yeah, there's so much stuff I can do with this. And hopefully when I come back next week, I'll have this in a little bit better shape. Or would you guys prefer if I kind of like did this? Well, I guess I can't wait until next week to pick this back up. So thank you for following Enox. Yeah, I guess I'll get a bit more progress and then I will see you guys next week with it. Thank you so much. Oh my god, this is my first live stream. And it was super fun. And thank you so much for sticking around. And I think I have to now go figure out all of those like different videos that happened. And thank you for sticking around even through like the like drops and all of that. And I will figure it out better for next week. So thank you so much. Bye bye. Oh, thank you. Thank you.